Hey, good afternoon, everyone. So, once again, American band, and this band is Chevelle. They are one of the biggest gateway bands into heavier music, in my opinion. We can't do an album or music video because their label, I believe it's Warner, bans everything. So, this is live 2019. Let's go. So the thing I really like about Chevelle is a lot of their music is very accessible to fans that really aren't necessarily into the heavier style of music. Like Pete here, he doesn't do a whole lot of screaming. It's mostly clean singing. A lot of emphasis on the emotion. Occasionally he'll scream, but it's when it's needed, and it really boosts the performance of the entire song, in my opinion. Like, the other great thing is, like, you can just see, dude's probably in his 40s, mid 40s, maybe even early 50s, and he can still get into the music that he wrote all the way back in 2002. I believe this came out on This Type of Thing Can Bring Us Down, '02, White Album. I highly recommend it, but it's rare to see artists these days that have played their songs a million times, still enjoy it, still let it flow through their body, especially when the crowd is reacting like they are. It's just phenomenal to see this. I've seen them live twice. I would love to see them again. structure of the song is just genius. You know, they start off slow, it builds, and then the chorus, instead of, you know, sing-songy and happy, it's heavy. It's a beautiful mix between both, and I've found that it really brings in people that are more into, like, the rock, alternative rock type thing, and they get drawn in by his voice and the sweet, sweet sounds that the guitar makes, and then when they shift and go into a little bit heavier, those people are like, and then they're like, this is actually good. It works well. It's not too much of one thing. Or in some songs, it's going to be a lot more, you know, clean singing, more easy listening type of rock. But then a few sprinkled in sections, it's going to be heavy and aggressive to very much emphasize the emotion that's going on in the lyrics. That's why this band, in my opinion, is one of the greatest metal bands, alt metal bands, whatever you want to call them, to ever grace the stage, in my opinion. So that was Chevelle, Some Pain Below. I believe it was off of This Tip I Think He Could Bring Us Down, that came out in 2002. Or it was off of Wonder What's Next, that was the album before it, and that album cover has a glass breaking and red liquid coming out. Don't ask me how I remember these things. My brain is just like a never-ending hodgepodge amalgamation of music, and Chevelle happens to be in there. Like, they were one of the bands that was big for me in junior high school. Like 2002, I was in 8th grade. And it's just like, at the time, I was really big into Metallica. I was really big into Vader. I was big into, you know, bands like that. And then, you know, Chevelle, Breaking Benjamin, 3 Days Grace, Cedar. Like, those more alt metal bands, kind of a little more edgy, borderline, like, metal, straight up metal, screaming, lots of guitars, came into the mix, and it really helped flush out my musical desires as a guitar player and as a fan. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you're having a great day or night wherever you're at, and as always, keep it metal.